Do college soccer players get paid to play college soccer? I'm the college soccer guy. I help you play college soccer. Let's get into it. So, college soccer players don't get paid like a salary or any type of income like that. However, they do potentially earn scholarship. Now, there's different types of scholarship. There's academic scholarship and there's athletic scholarship. There's also government aid scholarship, and there's also scholarship you can apply for while you're in school. Now, are you being paid exactly? Is it going to your bank account? No. But you can be given a scholarship, which then you can apply towards your tuition. Now, the NCAA is probably almost as equally as corrupt as FIFA in all reality. That said, the system is how the system is. So we're not really here to fight it. Now, as a college soccer player, you can use what's called NIL, name and likeness, to eventually work your way towards making money. And there are certain players on TikTok, as a matter of fact, who play college soccer and are using their name and likeness, NLI, to move forward in the to move forward in making money. Now, I want to talk to you more about how is it that you can earn a scholarship to quote unquote get paid to play college soccer. When you're going through the recruiting process, the best way to earn a scholarship is through leveraging. So you need offers from multiple schools. Now, the easiest one is you're a great soccer player. They think you're so just gosh darn amazing. And they're like, here's a bunch of money. That's very, very rare and happens to a very small percentage. To most of us, including myself, and to those who I'd like to help, the underdogs of the college soccer landscape, like I was when I was in the recruiting world, you need to get started early enough to where you can get multiple schools interested in you, having conversations with you, so that way when you're turning into your sophomore, junior years, particularly sophomore summer going into junior year, you're talking to multiple schools at all levels. These coaches all know each other. They all change jobs between each other. So the more you can get them talking about you, the more that your name, quote unquote, catches on fire and starts to spread. We have a student right now who's NAL going into MLS Next, has not played an MLS Next game yet, technically an NAL or before that even ECNL player. They've since gone to a number of ID camps per my recommendation. We've had multiple discussions with schools. He's since had a call with UCSB on June 15th, which is like the super exciting day in your sophomore year, going into your junior year. And now he has multiple schools telling him, we've heard about you from this coach, we've heard about you from this coach, we're looking forward to staying in contact. They know each other, they talk to each other. They're trying to figure out, are you going to recruit him? Should I make him an offer? Do you like him? And remember, all these coaches are friends with each other. So yes, they're competing and they want the best players, but they're also close friends. So they're trying to get a gauge on like, hey, I saw this kid. He was pretty dang good. He could really help your team, but I want him for my team. You know, let's have a friendly argument over who's going to get him. And this is how money comes about. The idea of money or scholarship coming about solely based on being very good and one school liking you is just not likely. The other way to get money is when you're getting recruited, you're put into a list. Like, are you top 5 kid? Are you top 10? Are you top 100? So most of the time, coaches eventually shrink their list to 100 kids. Then of those 100 kids, they're going to pick 4 to 5 of them, which is very small. Now, at some point, we have another student who's being told by a D2 school that he's their number 1 recruit. He could say to them, look, if I'm your number 1 recruit, we both know other Division I schools are going to be interested in me, but if you make me an offer right now with scholarship, I'll say yes and be done. So this student could do that. Now, this student wants to play Division I, so we're not going to do that, because if that school came back and said, okay, here's your offer, and we're like, well, no, now you've just burnt the trust with that coach, and no matter how good you are, they're not going to want to work with you anymore. So it's a balance. You have to nuance the way you're going to talk to scholarship with these coaches. Now, the best way, because I always save the best information for the end of my videos, to actually get money to go to school are your grades. If you have above a 3.5 or a 3.8 GPA, the chances that you receive a minimum of $10,000 to $20,000 per year skyrockets by like 30 to 60 to 80%, depending on the school. Now, this really does depend on the school. There are some schools like Northeastern, for example, really give very limited academic scholarship, and they have a less than 6% acceptance rate as of this year. And it's extraordinarily competitive. So you have to be able to pay full tuition, which is about $80,000 per year. So that school, you're not going to get a lot of academic aid. But then if you go to Cal Lutheran, 90% of their students, which is a Division III school in California, are on some type of academic aid because of their grades. So when you're going through this recruiting process, there is the budget factor. And I've mentioned this before. If you don't have the budget to pay for $20,000 per year for school, 20 to 25, then odds are you're going to have to look into junior college or NAIA. If your family and you have the budget for 20 per year, now it's about how do you get enough scholarship to afford the rest of it, and that can often be done through academics. All of my students who have worked with me have received a scholarship. Not all of them have been athletic, that's for sure. In fact, most of them have been academic. And the reason that's so important to me is, as much as I am the college soccer guy expert, I care more about your son or daughter or you getting a good education. I went pro, I made $1,500 a month. It's not enough to support a family. You need to get an education. I went back to school and I got my master's degree, and then I played pro soccer for a number of years after. I want you guys to pick a good education. I want you to pick a good school first. Now, that said, I'm the college soccer expert. That's my expertise, and I want to help you find a college soccer team. And guess what? The school might allow you in because of soccer, or it helps you because of soccer. Vice versa, your grades could help you get into the school, which would then help you play soccer. So it's a combination of both, but at the end of the day, it could mean a huge scholarship. We had another student recently. They worked with me for only 2 weeks, and all we did really was fix the way they write emails and their video, and they went from not being recruited to going to their dream school, which happened to be Fairleigh Dickinson. And upon signing for that school, they offered him an $80,000 scholarship, but he had already applied to some other schools and had received other academic offers and money on the table. So what he did was he went back to Fairleigh Dickinson and said to the admissions, I've already received academic aid from these schools at this amount. Could you match it? And the schools usually do try and match it. So that's another way to get scholarship, are through your grades. So if you say to me, Zev, I want to play college soccer on a scholarship, get good grades. Then the chances are actually quite realistic, and there's not really a limit for colleges in regards to, oh, they only get 9.9 scholarships for academics. No, the schools are well donated to in many cases. They want you to enjoy going to school. They know it's expensive. They want to give you aid, and also there's government aid as well. And so that way you can go to college. But if you have below a 3.0, you're not going to get a scholarship. If you have a 3.0, a 3.0 to 3.3, you're not going to get a scholarship. We're talking about A's and B's, not even AP classes. I didn't take a single AP class. I just got A's and B's, got a 3.8 GPA, and got $50,000 worth of academic scholarship based off the school I picked. So if you really want to get a scholarship, it's through getting a good grade point average. And if you have a good test score, you can use that to your point as well. I'm the college soccer guy. If you want more help playing college soccer to earn a scholarship, call me. Links in the bio, and I'll talk to you soon.